Hey everybody, it's Chuck and I am back out for a little while. Tonight's video is going to be on St. Croix Custom Ice Rods, and at the end of the video I'm going to give you a little tip on how I like to connect my reels to the rods. If you saw the video last year that I did on walleye ice rods, you know I like my Avids. One of my favorite rods from St. Croix. Unfortunately, they have been retired. And before I could really fill out my lineup, they were gone. Also, honestly, some of the Avids just did not fit some of the applications I was willing or wanting to cover when it comes to ice fishing. I take walleye fishing very seriously. I like to match up a specific rod to a specific application. One of those applications was I always wanted a dead stick. Whether I was using a bobber or not using a bobber, I wanted a rod that I could put in a rod holder while I was jigging, and every once in a while glance over and see if there was a fish on it. All right? The Avid didn't have that. The Custom Ice Rod series does have that. And I could fish it inside or I could fish it outside, but this is the 32-inch medium moderate dead-eye rod. All right. I can put this in my rod holder. I can watch that tip. It's going to telegraph whether the minnow is alive, the minnow is dead, or there is a fish on. I've got it paired up with a Revos from Daiwa. It's the LT1000. This has got an 8-pound main line. It's got a 6-pound leader. I'm using a split shot from last year and the ball bearing swivel with, and this might be hard to tell through the clam lure wrap, but that's a number 10 treble hook. All right. So I got my dead stick covered. Now I always wanted to match up a medium with my 36-inch medium heavy Avids. And a quick side note, if you're looking for some of those rods that I showed last year, but the Avid is gone, never fear. St. Croix filled that gap with the new Tundra series. Really nice looking rod. I got to see them down at ICAST this year in Florida. You're going to like those rods too. I promise. All right, so 36-inch. I like that size outside. All right. I'm not one of those people that are going to get a 42 or 48-inch rod. Just not my style. You see a lot of the videos on YouTube and people are catching walleye and they lose it halfway up the hole. Well, yeah, the rod was too long. They were trying to make it fit inside their camera angle, blah, blah, blah. 36-inch, I can rip this thing and set the hook. 36-inch, medium fast. This is going to be my spoon rod outdoors. So what am I going to use? I'm going to use a 1/4 ounce. I'm going to use 3/8 of an ounce, whether I'm on Saginaw Bay or Lake Erie. Don't really think I need a 1/2 ounce. I have a few, but primarily it's going to be that 1/4 ounce outside. I have on this one another Revos 1000 LT, again from Daiwa. I have it rigged up with 10-pound test. I will use a 10-pound leader with another ball bearing swivel. So that's going to match up with those 36-inch Avid medium heavies. What am I going to do with those rods? Because I like to jig 2 rods at a time. So I can always do that. Just I'm going to have 3 36-inch rods. So what am I going to do with the 2 Avids? And like I said, you can go to the Tundra series if that's what you want. They've got that in that series. One of them is going to be my heavier jig and wrap rod. Right? A number 7 wrap. Blue chrome is always my favorite. Little quick tip, parakeet up on Saginaw Bay is always a nice option. That other one, I'm going to use that as my lipless crank, whether it's ripping wraps, ripping shads, Rapala and Northland, or I'm going to use that with a blade bait, something that's, because it's going to vibrate, I want a stiffer rod, and that 36-inch medium heavy just does wonders. All right. I always wanted a finesse rod, something that I could use with jigs. Northland makes some fantastic live bait jigs. Clam makes a very nice tungsten round ball. That's for open water, and I could use a 3/16 or a 1/4 ounce. It doesn't matter because the profile is so small because that thing is tungsten. But I always wanted a lighter rod. Now, they were always too short in the Abbots. The 30-inch medium light was a little soft, in my opinion. And this is supposed to be a deep water spoon rod, but it's such a nice feeling rod. I'm going to pair it up with the Daiwa QG 750, and I've got 8-pound test on that. And I'm going to, this is going to be an inside. So I didn't really worry about the handles, being able to reel it in with gloves because I'm going to have a heater on, blah, blah, blah. I get to finesse stuff. I get to pound the bottom and feel it. Really piss those walleye off. All right. That's the rods I've picked to fill out my arsenal. I have, again, the 32-inch medium light fast. And you can see I put masking tape on that handle. Chuck, why did you do that? Because Chuck didn't always have enough reels for open water and ice fishing. So I would take the reels off, put them back on and off. And once I started stripping them off the cork from ice fishing rods, I noticed on my electric tape that I was getting chunks of cork off. Okay. I choose my rods wisely. It takes a lot of deliberation and thought into the process on which ones I'm going to get. So I didn't want that to happen. So around 2002 or so, I don't know anybody else that was doing it back then, but I would put a wrap of masking tape on. All right. Masking tape. And then I will take electric tape and I will attach it to the rod just like I did the 36-inch with the Revos 1000 LT. All right, why electric tape? Because I like it. I don't really care for the rings. I've gone from point A to point B and the reel will slip or it's off position. Well, I don't want that. I want it to stay in the same spot where I attached it to the first time. Right. I like electric tape. Clam makes a real nice friction tape that will hold it also, but I like electric tape. So what I want to do is take this little reel and I want to sit it on the table just like that. Okay, that's perfect. It's straight-ish. I could probably, let's see. Don't want it like that, want it like that. Why mess with perfection, dummy? You had it perfect. All right, there we go. So I'm going to take 2 short pieces of electric tape. I'm going to put them on the reel, just like that. And this is going to be how I secure the reel to the handle while I eyeball it to make sure the eyes and everything is straight in line with that reel. So where do I want it? I want it about right there. And that's the beauty of a full cork or a split grip handle. I get to put the reel where I want it, where it feels the most comfortable. All right, so the eyes are down. Cork is right there. I can take this, eyeball it. Perfect. So take the tape in the back, take the tape in the front. If you cut it too long, it gets to be a little tricky. All right, so that is my starting point. Double check it, make sure the eyes are lined up. Perfect. And then I'm going to take more electric tape that I've already pre-cut. And I'm going to use these final wraps as my way of securing the reel to the rod forever and ever and ever. And during the whole process, I will keep doing this. I will eyeball it, make sure the eyes are still lined up. A little twist. Perfect. Take the last piece, and you don't need a lot of tape. You just need enough to do the job. Okay, all the creases are out, and eyes still line up. Perfect. Nice thing about the 32-inch, it's such a nice lightweight rod combination with this reel. I can pistol grip it, finesse jig it, which is why I wanted that presentation in that length with that action. All right, custom ice rods. They're filling the holes in my walleye arsenal. You know, still love the Avids. If you missed out on those, you're really going to enjoy the new Tundra series from St. Croix. But I just wanted some actions that weren't available before. And these fill the need in my lineup, in my arsenal. So I will hopefully see you guys soon on the ice, but I know there's going to be a couple more videos before we get out there. Till next time.